Hey, what's up everybody? We're doing another tutorial here. Let's get a color. I typically use like a blue for this. Alright. Now we're gonna draw a face going downward. This is one of the harder face positions. Not as hard as looking up, simply because it is so strange and I cannot figure it out for the life of me. And we're gonna start with the guideline. I need a smaller brush size. Sorry, this is a lower resolution than I'm used to working with. A lot lower of a resolution I'm used to working with. We're gonna do a guiding line here. Ooh, that was slightly off. I did it on the wrong layer too. Won't you look at me? Alright, so once I get all this done. Alright, we have this guiding line. It should line up with the middle of the nose and between the eyes, so on the clip on the lip and middle of the mouth. And this could be done without the picture. I'm just using the picture as reference, so you can see what you should be kind of mentally seeing when you're drawing. And you have your eye guidelines, one right below the bottom of the eye, and one over the top of the socket, which without expression is where your eyebrows will lay. And of course, realistic expressions, your eyebrows are going to lay across this line about 100% of the time. But for drawing purposes, you almost never draw realistic looking expressions, because although it looks silly in real life, you have to draw, when you're drawing, you have to really emphasize the emotion if you want people to see it. And then we're going to do the jaw shape right here, since we have to go up. Oh, actually, I'm missing the hairline guideline. Put this. Alright, there we are. And that's the hairline, which I should have moved my hair out of the way, but hairline really goes like this. Alright, and then you have that. And then I'm gonna put this here. And now we're doing the jawline, which is very oddly related to the circle, the screen circle that you kind of need to base everything off of. I don't know what's going on in there. Anyway, so sorry about the background noise. And that's gonna be your jaw shape. I'm not really good at drawing at this angle. I'm not good at drawing most angles other than this angle and this angle. But, you know. And, so you have this. And jaw shape, it just kind of goes down and swivels, get the chin, get down, swivel. I have a much more detailed description on jaw shapes on my other two tutorials. This is where your nose will end. Nose typically ends at the bottom of the circle. Well, this isn't 100% true, but 90% of the time it's going to end right there. And now just looking down. So, without reference, this is the way it's going to look. You have your circle and your guidelines. You almost always draw your middle guideline first. But you should always draw your middle guideline first. Sometimes it's easier to draw the guideline if you put the eye guidelines down first. But you wait for the hairline until you've drawn the middle and the eye lines. And then you put the nose and the mouth. Actually, no, you wait for the nose and the mouth until you draw the red line, which is the jaw shape. And the jaw shapes are kind of a pain. You just have to remember it goes down till about the end of your circle, and then it has a bit of a sharper angle. Chin, symmetrical on the other side. And ears, in a picture my ears were covered up. That kind of makes things a bit more painful. Ears at this angle, like this. More or less like that. Sorry about not going in as much in depth in this tutorial as I normally do. This is a very difficult position, and I'm struggling with it. And neck starts between the ears. Where the ear connects to the jaw. Bloop. Ah. Should go kind of straight down. Okay, I'm having troubles with the jaw, so I'm gonna look at the picture and see. Oh, I see what I did wrong here. Alright. So, while true that the neck does connect to the end of the ear, what's going on is the ear actually ends right here. You just can't see it because of the hair. And it's going down like that. And then this is really ending right here, and it's going down like that. I'm gonna put this behind everything there. So that's what's happening there. And you know, you have your tendons. And since we're looking down, our shoulders are starting right here. Yeah, shoulders. And there's gonna be a bit of a slope to them. And now we have that done with. Now I get to worry about details. Typically, you know, and in this picture I was looking down, and when you look down it looks like your eyes are closed, but for drawing purposes the dog's barking. I apologize. For drawing purposes, you would normally leave the eyes slightly open. So let me get a purple color for the details. And but we're gonna actually draw them looking up. And you really have to think of the eyes as a circle on which the eyelids are drawn upon. And when you're doing this, always I'm used to cartoons, so I apologize for the kind of cartoony looking the eyes. The top of your pupils should hit your eyelid. Like, unless you're like really surprised or something, and in that case there's a bit of an exception. And remember what I said about expressions is that if you really want to look realistic, you'll stay along this blue line. But when you're drawing, since you don't have these light shadings that we could see in real life, you want emotion, you're gonna have to exaggerate it. And we got mouth. Man, that looks strange. Hold on a second. I don't think I have everything lined up. I do. Man, this is such a weird angle. I don't like this at all. And then we're gonna draw hair. Let's see. I'm gonna have a little stray hand right here. And its main hair laps over here. Let's do them with curly hair. And the reason why it's kind of angled that way is because it's laying on the shoulder. You can't really see it from that angle. And I'm really not liking the way this is turning out at all. Let's give them some clothing. Yeah, I don't like this. Now see how it looks, just detail. Well, okay, that's not too bad. It just looks busy. Alright, and now we're gonna do the black outline. Yeah, I'm doing that on the right layer. I hate it when I'm on the wrong layer. I think everybody hates it when they're on the wrong layer. If you don't do digital art, then there's a pain that you don't know. The pain is drawing on the wrong layer. Hair has volume, so you typically actually want to draw hair a little further away from that main circle head. And I did. Especially near the top here has volume, and especially since her hair is curly, you can tell that she has a little more volume than normal. And it's laying across her shoulders here. And then you do this little squiggly. Make her kind of young, so her nose isn't. She's not gonna have a lot of defining lines for her nose. see if I got everything right. I just took away my layers. I do that all the time. Oops. That looks pretty decent. I'm not too proud of it, but this is a review. The first thing when you're drawing, you always want to do is the circle, and then you want to do the middle guidelines, and then the eye lines, and the ears, and the hairline. And then you want to do the, oh, that's not the jaw shape. Then you want to do the jaw shape. Once you have the jaw shape, you can kind of get a better idea. The mouth actually should be a bit higher than that. It should be right. It should be right here. Alright, and once you got all of that, you do your shoulders and your neck. Actually, do your neck and then your shoulders typically, because the shoulders connect to your neck. Then you do your lines and you add your clothing, and then okay, you got it.